Five, four, three, two, one. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Genius Brain Podcast. We got a very special guest today that we're actually going to re-record the beginning of this because fucking bitch, I started this shit up and I didn't hit record on the recorder. As you can see, we don't have an engineer here, so I got to do it all by myself.
Hey, that's
whatever.
Keeping it organic, man.
Exactly.
Keeping it real.
We have a longtime friend here. I've known this dude for about 7 years.
In a minute.
Also not an LA native.
Nope.
We came here for the LA dream of seeking a job.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Getting paid somehow.
Yeah. I've known him for about 7 years. We used to live in K-Town together.
Yeah.
I used to live at this spot called the Tallmadge. Tallmadge is a icon in LA. It's like this old retro. Not retrofitted because it was made in the 1900s.
Yeah.
And we used to be in this apartment called Apartment 904.
Club 904.
Club 904.
Yep.
And we shot a bunch of films, a
Yep.
bunch of music videos there. It's actually a really popular spot for a lot of people to go film.
Definitely.
I think like you saw like NCIS was there all the time.
Oh yeah. Like second floor, they would take out like that whole unit. Didn't they get paid for leaving? The people who lived there or something?
Yeah, people they I guess like I'm not actually sure, but I know that they used a few apartments there.
Right.
I think some people owned it. They own.
Oh, for
they
real?
might have like owned that individual floor, the
shit.
unit there, and they could
Okay.
rent it out or something. I have no
Yeah,
clue,
yeah.
but it was.
Was
they,
a pain in the ass though, right? Because
they shot like Wendy's commercials there.
oh shit. Oh yeah, that's right. They
Yeah.
did. I remember.
So It was an interesting experience, man. That was the
Right.
days of we used to go drinking every night
Yep.
in K-Town.
Yep. Wako.
Wako
every day.
tonkatsu every day,
Yeah.
Korean barbecue every day.
Oh man.
Z was also a former fat man.
Yeah, former. Still a little chunky, but getting there.
Yeah, I mean, you were into your
Waves.
whole fitness thing for quite a while. And
Yeah.
I remember like you were getting on the bigger side, and
Yep.
then one day you were just like, I got to change this about myself.
Yeah, definitely. It was a moment. It was a defining moment. It was like June of 15
Yeah.
or something.
Keep going.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. 2015. I just decided, man, like it's time to be a man. It's time to really just stick to these decisions that you make. Because like for years I've been always like, I'm gonna get in shape. Whether it's a New Year's resolution or it just be a random moment of the year. I felt like I had always failed myself. So in this particular time, that was a defining moment. I decided I'm gonna do it right now. So,
You did some hardcore macro dieting. Dude.
oh my gosh, bro! I
remember when you asked me about macro dieting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got all my info from you. Like, if you guys don't know, Dave is like a huge resource for all things health and fitness.
I just never applied it in my life.
No, but that's so interesting too, because I feel like, it's same thing with like relationship advice, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we have this ability to provide like excellent perspective and opinion on certain things, especially when we're not involved in that specific relationship.
Yeah.
Like on the
Outside perspective.
Right, the outside perspective. And a lot of times like people who might not look like they are like a wealth of help in terms of fitness and health and, dieting and stuff, but there's a lot of information that we take in, and doesn't mean that you're less knowledgeable only because you haven't applied it yourself.
Yeah. So I mean, for you, when you lost that weight,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure you tried losing weight before. And
Hell
it,
yeah.
And it didn't work.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's the interesting thing too. Because a lot of people ask, well, how did you lose the weight? It's like,
Right.
well, how do I start, dude? Because
Right.
the journey started like 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like I said, my New Year's goal was
Yeah.
to lose like 30 pounds for the past 10 years.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
people don't see that. They
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
oh, so you lost the weight. Yo, you did it. It was like, how did you do it?
Right.
It's not, yes, there is somewhat of a formula to it.
Yeah.
But the journey to get there is
Yeah.
very, very hard.
Yeah.
And I always tell people to, and maybe I'll ask you this too, when they say, well, how did you lose the weight? And the first thing I tell them too, it's like, number one, I have to get it in my head that at first it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a journey.
And time
right?
consuming.
Yes,
Right.
time consuming.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we didn't have the habit.
Right,
Right.
right,
So
right.
whatever we thought was normal wasn't normal.
Right.
Like, you know, my friend said it the best. He goes, you know what, dude, when you eat shit food, if you have diarrhea every day, that's just called poop. You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yo, man, I would have diarrhea every day. And I'm like, yo, that's just poop, baby. Like,
I'm just going to go poo. Right?
Yeah, they're like, I'm not, you know, I'm talking to my friends. I'm like, yo, how was your poop?
Yeah.
Just casually. And they're like, solid. I'm like, your poop is solid, son?
Must be nice, bro.
Yeah. You know, it was just natural. You know, I started getting like sleep apnea.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe when I was sleeping.
Is that better now?
Oh, 100%, man. Like I still snore, but I'm not choking on my own.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. That shit is dangerous, no? Like
you could die from it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And you know, there's things that you can't deny.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times the physical pain and the discomfort that we're dealing with becomes normalized to us.
Yeah.
And so for us, it's normal.
It's normal, exactly.
So when people ask, hey, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
We always say, okay.
Yeah.
Because knee pain, joint pain, back pain, heavy breathing.
Just another day, right?
It's just a normal day.
Right.
And then when, you know, you start having conversations with people who are fit and they don't feel those type of things. And then I started to become highly it just became more apparent.
Right.
You know, especially now because I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling knee pain.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Right.
This is the shit I used to make fun of old people about.
Yeah, right. But you're the one now that's the butt of the jokes.
Bro,
right?
I didn't even know I was fat, dude. I didn't know. None of you bitches fucking told me. I was walking around thinking I was perfectly fine, dude.
Bro, low key, we were encouraging you to come work out with us.
You would, but I didn't need it because I wasn't a fat person.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, why do you keep telling me to work out, bro? I'm not fat. What are you saying, man?
Right.
I'm an Olympic athlete.
Right.
Like I would walk around and arguably, I always say this shit too. There was this time where I remember I was having lunch with Mariel.
Right.
And I was sitting down and I go, and we were eating, I think it was like Korean barbecue or some shit. I can't remember what the meal was. Let's just say it was Korean barbecue for story's sake. And there was two people sitting across from us. And they were huge. And I looked at them and I was like, Mariel, dude, if I ever get that fat, just fucking kill me. Look at those fat people.
Yeah.
And she looked me dead into the windows of my soul. And she goes, you're fatter than them. I was like, what? What are you talking? I'm not fat. Dude. I'm like, they're way fatter than me.
Yeah.
She goes, you're fat.
Yeah.
I was like, this bitch, clearly she's on her period. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I am not a fat person.
Right.
You know, but you start to like blame everything else around you, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they don't make XLs like they used to. It's
Right.
Like, no, bitch.
It's a European size.
Yeah.
It's the European.
What's with this fucking European cut Bape shirt, dude? Like, no.
It's Japanese, right?
It's like, no, bro, you're fucking fat, you fat fuck.
Yeah. You know what's interesting for me is like growing up in Sweden, I would argue that the ratio of like bigger people is smaller, like the amount of people that are bigger. Like usually I remember as a kid, we would kind of laugh at like US sizes. Actually, side note, my first US trip ever in my life, I came to New York City.
Yeah.
We went to Macy's with my mom. And it was like a hallelujah moment because she finally found pant sizes that would fit me. You know, because like they didn't carry those pant sizes for kids in Sweden at the time. Yeah. But when we came to the US, it just kind of.
So you were a fat kid too.
Oh, bro, I was fat since I was born. Like
you just kept baby weight consistently.
Yeah. You know, people say, "Oh no, you'll lose it by the time you hit."
Absolutely not.
I did not.
That's right. You proved them wrong.
Yeah, I was the anomaly. I was the outlier, and I actually added on to that. And working at McDonald's didn't help, but that's a story for a different.
That's right. You did work at McDonald's, dude. You had a fucking fro too,
bro. I had a biggest fro. It didn't fit the hairnet. I had to roll it up into a bun and shove it in the back of the hat. But yeah.
Did you when you were younger? Did you feel self-conscious about being fat?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Everywhere I went, like I hate PE. I hate going to the pool and all that stuff.
Taking off your shirt.
Yeah. You know, I remember as a kid going to the pool because my mom forced me to go swimming. Asian mom, right? Like, you know, there were a few sports that she forced me to go, you know, attend, thinking that it would help me lose weight. Yeah. But she motivated me with McDonald's. Like, well, I'll take you to McDonald's if you go.
So your
swimming.
mom was the source, dude. She literally
planted that McDonald's seed.
She baited you with a double cheeseburger every day. So it's like, if you work out, I'll give you this cheeseburger. Yeah. How does that work out?
I don't know, but she just like, you know, you just got to go move. You know?
Yeah.
But either way, I remember going to the pool and I always have to wear a shirt. Like I never would walk around and just.
You could never take it off.
I couldn't. I would only take it off when I was gonna hop in the pool. But that was like, okay, split second. Like I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna hop in. Right?
Yeah.
I get out the pool, wipe myself down, put on my shirt.
Yeah.
maybe because I was ashamed, like because I was different from the other kids there.
Yeah.
And also not only being the fattest kid around, but also the only Asian kid.
Oh, that's right, Sweden.
So I had to kind of deal with both of those worlds.
Like people looking at you because you're the Chinese kid, and also you're the fat Chinese kid.
Yeah, exactly. I was the fat Asian kid.
Damn. That's so interesting, man. Like I felt like in high school, if I'm going to be real, I dealt with me being overweight with humor. So I would always crack jokes, and a lot of it would be self-deprecating humor, which I learned from stand-up comics. Like they would do self-deprecating humor, and they would take that negativity and turn it into laughter. Right. Well, at a certain point, like for me, that started becoming a part of my identity. Like I can't be David unless I'm fat David, because I learned to take that negativity into a positivity. Right. And that was like my shtick. That was my spiel. Right.
That was who you were.
That was who I was. And I was completely okay with it, right? Because I would still play ball. I was still active, play football, do whatever. When I was in 20, I started taking kickboxing too, even as a bigger guy. But that's a different story. But I tried losing weight at that point, so that doesn't count. Right. But in high school, I wasn't as big as I got when I was older, but I was still considered fat that day. And I remember during like our senior picnic or whatever, or we would go to Folsom Lake and swim. Yeah. And when we would go swim in high school, even though I said I was okay with being a bigger person, and whether this is because of other people making fun of me because I was fat, or whether I didn't like the way that I looked, it could have been a combination of both. Yeah. But when we would go to Folsom Lake, I would swim with my shirt on.
Oh man.
So I wouldn't take my shirt off.
Just to hide.
Because I felt like a lot of the big people did that. And I'm like, if I look back on it now, I wasn't comfortable with my weight. Right. Not like how I was when I got older. When I got older, I got even fatter. Yeah. But I became too comfortable with it. Right. When I was in Hawaii, Hawaiians, there's some big people. Yeah. They go swimming without their shirt. And I think that's what I loved about Hawaii the most, was that people don't give a fuck. They're out there just to have fun and relax. If you're not the fittest person in the world, who the fuck cares? Go have fun in the water. Yeah. And when I started going into my 20s, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. It's not like if I don't wear this t-shirt, people don't know I'm fat. Right. It's not the fucking cloak from Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like
the invisibility cloak.
It's not the invisibility coat. Like, bitch, if you wear the t-shirt, they still know you're fat, David. It doesn't change. Right. And that's what I had to learn how to be okay with. Yeah. So the mentality of loving myself came first, and then I lost the weight after. Right. So I had to learn how to separate those two out. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. It was a whole journey. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a journey of self-discovery. Like you really have to find out what the reasons for you doing it is. Because it is, I would argue that genetics plays a part in it. Like if I
100%, man. Look at Khalif, dude. Yeah. That dude is jacked beyond belief.
We could have the same exact diet and he would still be jacked.
100%, dude. I've seen this dude.
We'd blow up.
I've seen that dude eat pizza, Snickers, Twizzlers, fruit roll-ups, and then he somehow gained 6 pounds of muscles, dude. Like, it's the most annoying thing on earth, dude. Like, I fucking hate his guts.
Must be nice, K.
Yeah, he's just be nice. Special K, dude. That's what I call him, Special K.
Special K.
And I think, did you ever feel like, I remember when you were, so you did macro dieting, right?
I did,
And then I introduced that macro dieting to you at the time. Yep. When I was using it, and it worked out. Yeah. Later on, I found out for myself that macro dieting didn't work as well to a certain extent.
Sure. Yeah.
Macro dieting does work though. Yeah. It's science.
It's not the end all be all. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's science. For I think for people who can follow instruction very well, macro dieting works.
Definitely.
Right. I mean, there's more to it than just plugging in those numbers to being healthy in terms of like micronutrition, making sure that you vary your diet, whatever. There's a whole other thing to it. Right. But if you start with macro dieting, for people who just want to follow something step by step, it's going to work.
Oh, definitely.
Without fail.
Definitely. Yeah. Because it's science. Yeah. It's scientific. 100%.
So this time during your diet, I just I remember, so you went through phases. You were fat Z, then you went from really skinny Z, and then you went from skinny Z to more meat powerlifting, lifting heavy weights. Right. So what made you want to switch? Because I felt like the first time you lost weight, you went for the aesthetic, and then after that you went for strength.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to. It became like a challenge, Yeah. This journey started out with just wanting to be healthier. Yeah. And in a certain extent, one of the reasons why I got so into it, because I treated it as like an extension of my job as being an aspiring artist or being an artist, right?
Oh, because of the music.
Yeah, because of the music, it was like, you know, especially because that was one thing that I heard. I remember like around 10 years ago, I was doing showcases for labels, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times we're like, hey, you know, you sound great. You have a great voice. The music is great, but
You look like a Chinese chef.
yeah. But, well, first of all, yeah, like how do we market you? You know, you are going to be doing R&B. You're going to be up against the Neos of the world, the Ushers of the world, right? They have an aesthetic to them, you know? So how are you going to compete? I feel like that has changed today.
It's because of that indie label marketing, right?
Yeah.
Like
everybody's doing their own thing.
You could choose your own
Yeah,
path. Like
exactly.
you don't need the record label. You have stuff like what's it called? Spotify.
Right.
It started off with like was it Bandcamp or
It was SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
They got the SoundCloud
Right.
crowd now. You're right.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these people were popping up without having somebody be the gateway that says, "Hey, you can't come in."
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. But I'm kind of old school still like that, where I came up or had my formative years in that era.
Of course, you want that record deal,
Right.
There's a feeling to that.
Well, I used to,
Yeah.
I'd say. Maybe not so much now because I know, like, you know, the power of being able to do it yourself, essentially. But like 10 years ago, that was the only way.
Yeah.
You know? So having been in that era and just getting that concept and thought ingrained into my mind, like, hey, there are certain expectations that you have to fulfill to be able to be eligible for a career like this, right? So that was I took that and used that as a fuel. Like, hey, if you're gonna quote unquote make it, you have to look a certain way, which is absolutely not true anymore.
Yeah.
But I used that to my advantage.
I mean, 10 years ago, I would say that was true.
Oh yeah,
like 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because no matter what art that you go into, there's work beyond the art.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
A lot of people don't understand that.
No, they don't.
You know, they don't understand that. Okay, so it's cool. You made music, right?
Right.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to get it out there?
Right.
There's this whole other ballgame when it comes to no matter what you do, whether it's acting, whether it's music, whether it's anything else.
Yeah.
Like people don't know how important and how far relationships go in this place.
Yeah.
And for me, I like it and I dislike it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, how come I can't just create, have people love it, and just be at the end of that?
Right.
So people don't understand, like, okay, well, how come this person as an actor got this deal and you didn't?
Yeah.
Well, they have the relationships and I don't.
Yeah.
A lot of the times it's not even about talent sometimes.
Right. It's not.
It's about
it's marketability and just like timing and just all these other factors that are involved.
Yeah. I mean, for you too, like, you know, because you stopped doing music for a bit and you disappeared. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest reason?
You know, I just think I needed to spend some time to really just find my artistic identity, you know?
That's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Finding your sound is hard.
Oh my gosh. It's not only about sound. It's about, because, you know, people tend to enjoy or just experience the end product, you know, the things that you've made, right? Once it's done and finished. But people don't usually see everything that happens leading up to it.
Yeah.
Or the inception of it or the creation of it. Because, you know, and I'm sure it's with like any kind of creative craft or writing, like you can't just in your schedule like pen out, from 5 to 10 p.m. I'm just gonna sit and crank this out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's something you're manifesting from thin air.
Yeah.
You know? And it's gotta be coherent and consistent, all that. So there's a lot of factors that are in play that you know people might not be privy to.
Yeah.
So for me, I took this last year off, basically just really trying to find out who I am as an artist. Like, what do I sound like? Who am I?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm getting there. I don't think I'm there fully yet, but
so have you moved on past, you know, just doing covers? And I always say that because, I see a lot of YouTube musicians that are cover artists, and they don't even know that they're a cover artist.
Right.
Meaning that they don't actually know music. They just know how to sing the words that somebody else wrote without even putting their own input, taste, or style to it.
Right.
And they say, I'm a musician.
Right.
It's like, you know, that's cool. Anybody can put a label to them, right?
Yeah.
But if I put you in a studio in a booth, right, or if I put you in a writing session with somebody, or even beyond that, let's say you're a Justin Bieber, right?
Right.
You don't really create the art, but you can manifest somebody else's art and smash it, right?
Sure.
Could you do that?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of these artists can't, and it's hard because, and I'm not knocking on YouTube musicians, but there's a lot of people who say that they're musicians on YouTube who can't do any of that shit, and they carry that label with such pride. And it's like, for me, I want to say they're not really shitting on the craft, but I think for them, what might help them out is to really focus on that. It's like, if you're a musician, are you doing that work?
Right.
Can you actually create music? Because when you keep doing these covers and you don't add your own, even if you don't add your own flair to it,
Sure.
you're not creating original music.
Right.
You're not going to develop your artistry at all.
Right.
And it comes out when you see these cats, they do their original music and it sounds terrible.
I think it comes back to like the question of like, why are you doing this in the first place?
Yeah.
Like what is it that you're trying to gain out of this? Right.
Yeah.
For me personally, I can only speak for myself, but like when I recreate something, be it a cover, like I don't just do it verbatim. Like, there has to be an element of me in there.
Yeah.
I have to be able to, when I hear a song, be like, okay, I'm envisioning it. I can hear it in this way, and I think that'd be really cool. So I think the question that I always ask myself is, how am I contributing to the cultural landscape?
Yeah.
Of things. Like if I choose to do this song, be it an original or a cover, right? Like, how is this gonna add to the landscape of color that exists out there?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people like, I'm not going to speak for others' motivations, but it could be purely monetary. It could be purely for likes and views, and there you get like a gratification through that, which is fine. If that's your thing, go for it, right? But I feel like if there is any creative like bone in an artist, be it music or whatever else, like you want to push yourself. You want to explore how you can manifest your identity and your experiences into whatever format that it is that you're choosing.
Yeah, it's just that artist expression, and we've touched on this before, where it's if somebody isn't, what is it, left brain? Is it the artist side is the left brain or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let's just say that it is, right.
It could be the right, but
I say left brain, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell somebody who's not in that area how to understand how we feel about certain things, right? So like, you guys remember I did something called Carpool Confessions, and this essentially was a carpool podcast, and people loved it.
Yeah,
it was entertaining, it was funny, and it was getting great views, and it was making my channel a decent amount of money. And when I got done with it, I was done with it.
Yeah.
And people were like, yo, bring it back. Why aren't you doing it anymore?
Right.
It was such a great platform. People loved it.
Right.
That's cool. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that is so valuable. The fact that you're able to not only realize and recognize those moments, but you're also able to act upon it, and maintain the integrity that you have as a creative.
Because one of the things that if somebody asks me what one of my biggest fears is, one of my biggest fears is waking up without a purpose. And that scares the fucking shit out of me. Because I think when I was younger, I was kind of forced to go through the motions of things, right? So meaning I was told I had to go to school, I had to get A's, I had to do this, I had to do that in order to unlock this, to achieve this thing.
Right.
And if I didn't get that, I was considered a failure.
Yeah.
Right. And that was beat into my head so hard, but I never really followed that fucking path.
Yeah.
And I just had to keep going through the motions because, okay, I have to do this because my parents are telling me I should do this. My friends are also doing this.
Yeah.
So I have to just go through the motions.
Yeah.
And I woke up every day sad, and people didn't see, because I always joke about that shit, right? And I think as a comic, you always want to crack jokes about shit, right? That's why, like, when a lot of these stuff that's coming out on the internet, people see, I laugh at a lot of shit.
Right.
I think it's just like the comic mind that I chose to develop at a young age. But it was hard, man, because I would wake up every day going to school. It's like, why the fuck am I in school, man?
Right.
Like, what am I? Like, well, today we're going to learn about Tenochtitlan. I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck, man. I was a biz econ major starting off, dude. I could give a fuck less.
Right.
And I would wake up every day sad out of my fucking mind because I knew I had to wake up and do something that I didn't want to do. And I think that moment is so scary for me. I don't ever want to go back to that.
Yeah.
So when I start feeling that thing, so with Carpool Confessions, when it was doing well, but I got tired of it, I started feeling like that again. Like, dude, you're just going through the motions.
Right.
Now I feel like the same kid that I was when I was in college, in Sac State, UC Riverside, doing that same thing, waking up, just doing something just because you were told that
Yeah,
it's a
just
good
to
thing.
do it, right? Yeah.
And I started feeling that way about certain things. And
Sure.
you know, monetarily, it's not smart. I get that shit.
Right.
But if I was to live every day just chasing $1, it wouldn't make me happy.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have been in your current situation had you always chased, you know.
Yeah, because I'm
monetary
pretty sure
return.
too you could have stayed in Sweden.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned this too. So he's actually from Sweden. So he's a Chinese Swedish citizen that
Yep.
came to the United States, right? And a lot of
Across the pond.
a lot of your influences
Yeah.
and the person that you became started off from the music that you listened to.
Definitely,
Right?
which was all pretty much American music.
Yeah.
Which was like a hot commodity at the time because it was all imported. Like,
Yeah.
like internet didn't exist back in the day. I sound like I'm old
Well,
as
you
shit,
had
but
you had a half naked Craig David poster on your wall.
had. What do you mean had, bro? It's still there. What you talking about?
I can't believe you have. Okay, I love Craig David, right? I would
he's the
never
shit.
have a half naked, light skinned black dude on my wall and stare at him. I had Pac.
Let me
He
say
had-
this: we had limited access to which posters we can get our hands on.
So you just had a greased up Craig David on your wall.
I had a greased up Craig David, Slicker Than Your Average album, original poster. Not that that means shit.
Did he have what? Was he shirtless or did he have like a collar shirt?
He had a wife beater on.
He had a wife beater on. And
but he was greased up though, so I'll give you that.
did he have the beanie and the chain?
He did have the beanie and I think he did have the chain, the iconic.
I know exactly
Craig
what
David,
that shit
the
is,
CD
dude.
chain. Yeah, it's the album cover from his second
I
album.
loved Craig David, dude.
Dude, I still love Craig David.
When I was
You
trying
should
to
have come out with me to that show, bro. I told
would,
you.
but then I think we'd be the only males there.
Yeah, you're right.
We'd be the only males there, and then we'd be the only Asian males
right.
there.
Yeah, definitely
And then
Asian
we'd be
males.
the
Yeah,
only
definitely.
Asian males there that are there under the age of 40.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
Because I went to a what's it called, a Bride McKnight concert.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And it was, so Mario got it for me for Christmas. And I'll put it out there right now. Any 40-year-old, 50-year-old lady that want to battle me to who knows the most Bride McKnight lyrics and songs concert battle, you ain't got shit on me,
Yeah,
bitch.
this guy.
Like, you ain't got shit on me. I was there on a Bride McKnight concert. I was singing every fucking lyric, standing up with my hands out. I threw my boxers up, and that shit came down like a parachute, dude. And it just fucking floated right down to Bride McKnight. I did that shit. And then Mariel was looking at me. She was like, how do you know every fucking song?
Yeah.
Because I love Bride McKnight.
Yeah.
I based my runs off of him.
Yep.
I based my musicality off of him.
Yep.
Everything. I just couldn't sing like him, but I idolized that guy.
You're not far off though.
I'm way far off. You know what I didn't realize about his voice?
What?
His voice, because it's so rich and deep. I only figured this out like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Was that he's a true like tenor.
Oh yeah.
But his voice is so rich, it
Yeah.
sounds an octave lower.
Like baritone.
Baritone.
Right.
I'm like trying to sing. I'm like, how come I can't hit any of his notes? It sounds low,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's just his tone and his voice.
Yeah. He's got great range. That's all it is.
He sounds better live than he does on
Oh,
his
does
own
he?
CDs.
Oh,
Have you never
shit.
been to a Bride
I've
McKnight
never
concert,
been to a
dude?
Bride McKnight
Bro,
show.
I would drink the sweat off his forehead.
Damn. Yo, have you heard his kids sing though?
Oh yeah, the one of my favorite albums right now is his
Yeah.
live album.
I mean, the kids are on there, right?
Yeah,
His sons.
They did a 3-part harmony with all the runs. Shit was
isn't that
wild.
crazy.
I love that shit, dude.
Oh man, we gotta go catch him. What is that? San Manuel Bingo Casino?
Yeah,
All these other
y'all heard those
fools.
casinos pay well. That's why he's out there. right?
Probably, man. Shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, for
Boys to Men go out there all the time, and
yeah, watching Boys to Men, Bride McKnight still looks like he got his swag though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When I look at Boys to Men, they look a little worn out.
Yeah,
man.
same like-
yo, I
like
still
with
love
New
you guys
Edition.
though, man. You guys is the shit. You guys also molded my life a lot.
oh, definitely, bro. Boys to Men, man.
You know, when I first got dumped, I think that's how I started memorizing all these Bride McKnight lyrics.
Really?
Because Bride McKnight and Boys to Men,
Yeah.
All for One, all these
Yep,
songs
yep.
started going into my Rolodex from my heartache.
Yeah.
Like,
But it helped,
100%.
right?
Yo,
Yeah.
the first time I ever got dumped, I remember I hit up my best friend, and then he took me in his Honda Accord, his burgundy Honda Accord, busted ass fucking lemon.
Yeah.
We went to a Wendy's, went into the Wendy's parking lot, got ourselves a double bacon cheeseburger, some chili, and some fries. And when I took that first bite, I started crying. And this was like, hey, bro, what's wrong? I'm like, she left me. And I took another bite into that cheeseburger. Oh, my God, dude. I cried in a parking lot eating a fucking bacon double cheeseburger.
Oh, my gosh.
When I first got dumped listening to Bride McKnight music.
Oh man. Yo, let me ask you this. Have you ever imagined like whenever you had like a breakup or like a big fight that, you know, you had like the drama moment, right? You're
Yeah.
sitting there and you're just imagining them like running in and saying, I'm sorry and shit like that.
I sometimes I look at Mariel and I want her to leave me so I can make dope music. I'm for real, dude. Like, I want to look at Mario and say, hey, I just want to come up to her and be like, hey, slut.
Yeah.
And then she goes, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And then I go to you and I'm like, yo, let's write this track, dude. She broke my fucking heart.
Yo, but honestly though, like sometimes you need I mean it's terrible, but like some stimuli, external stimuli like that, like whether it be for music or anything else, like something to really, even for fitness. Yeah. Sometimes like, it can motivate you to really just, or push you over the edge of being like indecisive of what you
man. I feel music too, like if you're not emotionally connected, or even as an artist, if you're not emotionally connected, there's no way that you could really tap into this area.
Right.
And I've been getting a lot of like messages from people who I haven't talked to in a very long time. Yeah. And that whole Crazy Rich Asians things happened. Yeah. And I want to be an actor. I feel like I could do it. And I'm like, listen here, you emotionless fuck. Like you can't do shit. Right. Not because like, well, it is. You don't have the gift or the talent for it. Yeah. And you also, even beyond that, you don't got the work ethic for it, right? And that's what it is. You're hyped up because you see somebody else do something and you want to catch that wave. Well, guess what? There's been a lot of people on that wave. They just haven't had the voice for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So what makes you think that you're going to be the next thing? Like this dude, I talked about this shit, man. There was this guy that comes up to me, messages me, and he goes, yo, man, I saw Crazy Rich Asians. And he was like, yo, I want to be the next biggest action star. I was like, first of all, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah. Right? And I was like, okay, so what are you doing to become, that? He goes, well, I started taking a kickboxing class. I was like, okay, hold on a second. Yeah. Go take a fucking acting class, you fucking loser. Right. And that's his thing. Yeah. Like he like, okay, so you are that missing piece that nobody has heard about. He goes, well, I feel like there aren't any Asian American actors that's doing, what I'm doing that can do in the action scene. And I'm like
what?
You mean Jet Li? Yeah. You mean Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Like you've never heard of those people before, like you little fuckface?
The Badlands guy, Daniel Wu, what's his name? The Badlands guy?
Oh, I mean, there's just so many you fucking little fuckboy.
Isn't that what we're known for?
Exactly.
Like
And so he takes a kickboxing class, and and I gave it to him. Like what I'm telling you right now, and I'm open about saying this because I told him this to his fucking face. And I tell this story right now. I'm not going to tell his name out because that's kind of fucked up. But other than that, and I hope you're listening to this again, you little fucking bitch. I love you. But yeah, that it's such a fucked up concept because I think it's disrespect to those people who have been doing it for years, and you don't think that they're trying to get those roles. Right. That you think that you're going to walk in and take it from them. Yeah. Yo, you're not going to do it. Right. It's going to take work. Yeah. If you understand the work that goes behind it, then be my guest. Come into this room and let's have that serious conversation. Right. And I think that's the weird conversation I always have to have, and they think I have this key to unlock it for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with wanting that, right? Yeah. But you just have to be prepared and, realize that it's more than meets the eye. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't think I don't think they spend enough time to really think about how much it actually will cost you.
Yeah. People don't, like, I even put it like this. Recently, Paul and I, we put out a couple of tracks that he did, right? Yeah. And we worked on it, and I say he worked on it, and he allowed me to lend my voice to it. Let's just be real with that, right? So,
which are dope, by the way. Y'all should check them out.
They see this product, right? And they go, "Give me another one." What you mean, give me another one, you son of a bitch? Like, what you mean, give me another one? Like, thank you for the support, but this was an original song. This takes time. Yeah. Like, albeit Paul runs his own company now. Right. He's working like 60, 70 hours a week. Right. I'm working 60, 70 hours a week. Yeah. And we're still trying to pump out this music. Like, I wish, we're not doing covers. Right. This is like original music. Yeah.
But even covers take time, bro.
Yeah. Like if you want to really remix it takes time, man.
Exactly.
And one of my goals this year is to stop putting out things that I don't want to put out and have it based on people wanting to see something from me. Yeah, right. Like I want to put out stuff now that I want to see for myself. Yeah. Yeah. Like this podcast, for example. This is something that I want to do. Right. Having conversations with real people. And a lot of the times with these podcasts, people interview people who already have a name to themselves. Yeah. And I think people get that confused. They're like, oh, well, that's because they have an interesting... Everybody got an interesting story. Yeah, definitely. They just don't have the platform to speak about it.
Exactly.
Right? Because like for you too, and I think like your story is so interesting just because I've never met a Swedish Chinese, and you picked up English fucking fast, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
Like, how the fuck did you do that?
Bro, movies and music, man.
Did you know how to speak English before you came in?
So we had to take it in like elementary school. It was like, mandatory for us to take.
Okay.
But I mean,
you don't have an accent.
I don't.
Like, what's his face?
Andreas.
Andreas has a thick as a.
We love you, Andreas.
Yo, Andreas, this dude's the fucking funniest dude I ever met in my life, man. Yo, let me tell you this story about Andreas. This is the fun. Yo, you got to know about this. Yo, I love you, Andreas. I got to tell the story though. So Andreas came over here and he wanted to do film, and I'm not sure if he's still doing film, but he's still doing film, but he decided to go back to Sweden.
Right.
Mind you, when you choose the artist route, you're gonna have some times where you're gonna be a little short on some cash, right? And the dude has a lot of pride as a human being. Like he's not looking for handouts and shit.
Right.
And this dude would choose some of the cheapest fucking meals, but the cheapest meals that he would choose was fucking, even like homeless people would give him $1, dude. This dude, Edric told us that he came into his room. It was to your fucking place.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker's eating like steaks and shit. And this dude, Andreas, got a plate. It's a plate full of cold peas that he popped open from a can, toast and ketchup on it. Not even an egg. And that's the fuck he was like, bro. You could get
Not even an egg.
You could have got fucking cup ramen, dude. He had a poverty meal.
Yeah.
There are people in poverty that eat better than him.
I mean, I don't think, for Andreas' defense, I don't think it was his inability to purchase like a higher end meal.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're just
like
frugal.
he didn't have to live like that.
Yeah, he didn't.
This dude did not have to live like. I found it so fucking funny, dude. I'm like, Andreas, what the fuck, bro? Like, yo, man, have a juice with it.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean? Do something for yourself.
Yeah.
What nutrition are you getting from gray peas and this toast with ketchup?
Yeah.
He's like, times are tough. Yo, it's not that tough, Andreas.
Right,
you fucking eat an egg. Like, you eat something with
Get
it,
in
dude.
there. Pop an egg in there.
That dude was fucking funny, man.
Yeah, but I mean, luckily, he didn't. That wasn't like the majority of his meals.
It wasn't, but just walking into that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was kind of extreme.
Dude,
definitely.
he out-cheaped all the Asians he lived with.
Bro, that was, I don't know how that's,
Andres is one fucking funny ass dude, man.
Hilarious dude. You guys got to check him out, Mr. Stoltz.
Mr. Stoltz, he does like shoe
Sneaker
reviews, which is so fucking random too.
Yeah.
Because I remember he didn't wear sneakers, and all of a sudden, like, boom.
He, from what I understand, like, he always had an interest for him, but never really had, really took that up until like later on.
Yeah.
Or recently. So.
That fool's tall as fuck.
Tall as shit. He has like the biggest collection of shoes right now.
Of course, because he wears a size 18 feet.
Yo, yeah, that's right. See,
his fucking shoes the size of this table. Nobody, he could get whatever in stock because there's only one shoe made.
Yeah,
he wears
right.
it.
What do you think the most common shoe size is? Like a 10? 10 to 12.
From 9 to 11.
9 to 11?
Oh, no, I say 8 to 11.
Okay.
Because I know 11s are really hard to get,
Yeah.
and also 9s and 10s.
Yeah, 10s is like impossible.
Yeah. 9s, 10s, and 11s are really hard. So that the 11 is where I float at.
Gotcha.
So that's the hard part.
Anything north of that is like easy money.
Size 11s too, if you try to get, especially the shoe game, if you're trying to get a resell on it, it's always the most expensive. Size 11 is the most fucking expensive, man.
It's either that or like a size 7, some shit, right? Yeah.
And they go out real fast, man.
It's crazy.
I haven't really liked that many shoes lately, though, man.
Me neither, man.
It's been a long time since I bought a shoe.
We used to buy all the shoes. Remember that shit?
And I sold most of them anyways.
Did you really?
Yeah, I sold most of them. Man. Like, I don't need them anymore. Like, there's no point. I wear fucking the checkered Vans.
Those are actually comfortable.
I wear, because I don't give a fuck anymore. I do, but I don't.
Right.
So I still got a lot of the shoes that, number one, I can't sell anymore because I wore them.
Yeah.
And
there's a service now that they'll clean them for you and sell them.
Oh, really?
Goat.
Oh, Goat cleans and sells them for you?
They sell like used shoes now.
That's dope.
Yeah, but they'll clean it for you before.
Okay, because I checked out a couple of them and I like Goat.
Yeah,
so
Goat
Goat has, I mean, they're not going to skimp out on you and it's verified, which is dope.
And they fucking blew up. They bought Flight Club.
They bought Flight Club?
They own Flight Club now.
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah, they just came from nowhere, bro. Nowhere, right? And started this online platform for sneaker reselling.
What the fuck?
And then they bought Flight Club.
Yo, Goat, sponsor us. Yo, sponsor the Genius Brain podcast.
There you go.
Yeah, after I just told you guys to fuck shoes. No, I'm fucking playing. But yeah, like I think a lot of the resells that I got, I bought on Goat just because it was safe and the prices were comparable anywhere else.
Definitely.
And eBay is a little dangerous.
Convenient too.
It's super convenient.
Yeah.
It's always shipped super nice and packaged up.
Exactly.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Like I definitely, man, I haven't really bought too many shoes anymore, man. Like the last shoe that I bought, honestly, were the 97 Off-Whites, the Virgil Abloh ones.
How'd you get those?
A fan sold them to me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they didn't sell it to cheap. I mean, it
for
was
real?
a little bit under resale. but I wanted those really bad.
Yeah.
So, I understand, man. You got to get your bread.
Yeah, no,
Appreciate
definitely. I mean, it's worth what it's worth. So.
Yeah, so, I fuck with those a lot. Like,
those are nice.
Those were the last shoes that I really, really enjoyed. I'm not into the fucking whole Yeezy dad shoe shit. I cannot fuck with it, dude.
Oh, yeah. Those, I know what you mean.
Like, it's fucking stupid. I'm sorry, they're ugly.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you could rock it. Yeah, you could rock anything, dude.
That's true.
Anybody that looks good can rock anything, man.
That is true.
But I'm talking about a shoe that makes someone like me look good. If I wear those shoes, it just looks like I don't speak English. And that's the problem, man. That's the problem. Like, you can't put that shit on a good looking dude and a girl and say, yo, that's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Of course, you could put fucking toilet paper on their fucking face and it looks good.
True.
If I wear that shit, Chinese chef.
Yeah.
Korean cook.
Well, yeah. Okay. I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
They do look like, I see what you mean. I think the last pair I got was a pair that I got in Shanghai. It's a China exclusive model.
Oh.
From Nike's first. So they have this new store in Shanghai that just opened when we got there. It's their like a new concept that they're doing. It's like 3 or 5 stories big. It's
China
crazy.
got all that dope shit. Like
They have
like the Hong Kong Disneyland or
Yeah,
whatever.
Shanghai has a Disneyland.
Oh, is it Shanghai's Disneyland, right?
But I heard people just like throw shit around, like
that's
a cultural
That's
thing.
that Chinese mainland way, bro. You know what I mean? There's a bathroom next to them. They just they pee in the bottle and throw it in the bush. That's all.
Bathroom is a hole in the ground. It's just talking about bathroom.
Yeah,
that's luxury.
It sucks because like that's like a certain part of the population that's representing all of China.
Yeah.
And it's not like that in all of China.
No, definitely.
But like this small little community that's like these multi-millionaires that are popping up out of nowhere because of the land. So like I found out from my Mariel's friend's dad who invests into property. He actually knows how a lot of these like millionaires are popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's because years ago, and this is what he told me, that years ago they were getting bank loans to buy land because whatever that it was, they foresaw that becoming very lucrative.
Yeah.
And so they took out a huge loan on their name, bought this land, and that land quadrupled up in price.
Shit.
So
They just sold
they
it?
were skimping poor as fuck.
Yeah.
Because they took this huge loan out, they're paying it off.
Right.
And out of nowhere, that land, because people are buying it up.
Yeah. To develop. Yeah.
Fucking huge. So they would, so whatever that they, $100,000 that they're fucking scraping by because of that loan that they're paying off became fucking 20 million, 30 million.
Jeez.
So more than quadruple, a gajillion more.
Yeah.
You know?
Holy shit.
And so that's where a lot of these like millionaires are popping up. I don't know how true that is, but that's what he told me, and a couple of other people told me that same story.
There are some wealthy. I have a few friends that are, acquaintances that are like pretty wealthy.
Yo, man, I see these kids too. They go around Monterey Park. They're driving around in Jags.
Oh my gosh.
And they don't even know how to drive.
Bro, in college.
Yeah.
So I went to USC. Yeah, a lot of Chinese kids like that came from China as opposed to from Sweden.
I just want to take their lunch money,
bro.
I want to take their lunch money and take a roller bag and then beat them. Oh God,
man. But even like some of the apartments that they live in.
Oh, dude,
it's like fucking like penthouse and downtown high rises.
Even like the Vermont. Remember when that first came up?
That's right.
That was all like the rich Chinese kids that didn't speak any English, and they were balling out, driving their Lambos in there. I forgot who lived in there, but when I came there, there was just like Lambos, Ferraris everywhere in there. I'm like, yo, what is going on?
But the students.
Yep, and then that little Chinese guy in the Supreme bag across his chest came out with the mismatched clothes, the mismatched shoes,
the Balenciaga shoes,
the greasy hair, and the little ginseng coming out of his mouth. Beep, beep, goes into the car, drives it, backs up into the pole, and then goes out. You know what I mean? I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. What is going on, dude?
Yeah, man. I remember my old roommate. He had a friend in his class. He had a monthly allowance of $35,000.
I'm gonna kill that person,
bro. Like,
how the fuck? How
like
is
that's
that
your pocket money?
How is that an allowance?
I don't know, but he would spend it all.
How do you spend? I don't even know how to spend $35,000 in a month. I can't do it. I physically cannot do it. I don't know what.
Yeah, I know. Like, unless you have like exorbitant bills and shit.
In the first month, $35,000, I could buy everything that I want.
Yeah, but monthly, you get 12 of these in a year.
Dude, I would be that fool's best friend so fucking fast, and I just rob him. Son of a bitch, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
How was that even possible?
I don't know, bro. He had 3 cars, from what I understand.
He
what
can't
I was
drive?
told, probably. He had. Listen to this. He had a Lambo, like you said.
Oh fuck this kid, dude.
His Joyride. he had a Benz like fucking S-Class or some super high-end shit, right? And then he had a Prius for his everyday like.
Why does it matter? What are you saving on gas for with the Prius when you have $35,000 a month? You fuckface. That makes no sense.
Crazy? I don't know, man.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
It's like, okay, so today we have the Lambo. Then on the next day maybe the S-Class, just in case I want to be a little downly low key. But I'm going to drive the Prius instead. Yeah. Like what the fuck? How homie? Like how did that even work out?
I don't know.
Like what the fuck?
I don't know how that makes sense, bro.
Like I'm silent. I'm so sorry. Like I don't want to ball out too hard today. Like I want somebody to explain that to me.
I want to be humble.
Yeah. Hey man, I want to hustle hard but be humble at the same time. Like I don't understand that concept, dude. Like why the fuck you got a Prius, bro? Yeah, no. You're not trying to save the earth. That's 100% sure.
Definitely not. I mean, if you're pushing a Lambo and a fucking S-Class,
it's so funny because like. No matter how much money somebody has, it can't teach you how to pull it off very well.
Yeah.
You know, and I see that with a lot of young cats, especially some of these young YouTubers. Like they get all this money and they just tag up their whole self with like Supreme and they're wearing like fur coats and shit. Right. It's like, listen, bro, that may work for LeBron James.
Yeah.
That may work for like Damian Lillard. They might, all these like basketball stars and all these rappers and shit.
Right.
It doesn't work for you. You look like a little fuck.
Right.
You're walking around like, yo, this is ball. Nobody gives a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Rich people are so fascinating. Like a lot of people who have young money, as I call it, they got young money. They walk up and they want people to know so hard that they're wearing something that's worth of value.
Yeah.
Like if you walk up to them and you don't even notice their clothes, I feel like they feel bad. They're like, you know where I got this?
Where's the recognition?
Yeah. Do you know where I got this T-shirt?
Do you know what this is?
I'm like, I absolutely do not. Fuck your T-shirt.
Yeah.
And oh god damn it, nobody knows my shirt.
Right.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of this luxury is.
Yeah.
People like to buy and purchase things, I feel anyways, to tell somebody I'm better than you.
Yeah.
This is what look what I have.
Yeah.
I got Gucci this, Fendi this, Prada that. Listen to me. I got this shit on. I got this Supreme shirt. It's $100.
Right.
Fuck what it makes me look like, but what it makes me feel like is that I'm better than you.
Yeah, either that or like to make themselves eligible to be a part of
some kind of club
or quote unquote the culture.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Like I think a lot of times people need to start thinking, feeling better about themselves, and just kind of accept the fact that they're good enough as they are.
Yeah, and when I say these things too, I'm saying that I understand because I wanted to be a part of that club.
Oh yeah,
too. When I was younger,
definitely. Me too.
I mean, you guys understand too. Like I bought a Tesla, I did all this other shit. I used to get shoes and everything else. And
we're not perfect.
We're not perfect, 100%.
Yeah.
And I only say this now because like I felt like the small mistakes I was making,
right,
people are doing those mistakes times 10. And it's weird because I always say this is like the people without personality always have to do the most.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So meaning that they haven't invested in time in developing lifelong things, right? Lifelong values.
Right,
so they have to do it with things that are very fleeting. To compensate.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that person anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, real talk. Like I enjoy nice shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who doesn't?
But if it was taken away from me, I wouldn't die. Like I don't, on my free time, I'm not thinking, what can I buy?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I go into a meeting, I'm not thinking, what can I wear to make this person think that I'm dope as fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not like over here stunting, I'm not walking and doing that.
Right. But I think that comes with age though and maturity.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I feel like I myself transcended from like going from a what do I want mentality to a what brings me joy mentality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the key, dude.
Yeah.
That's the fucking key.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes like, even for me, people don't understand why I love my Honda Element so much. Fuck y'all Honda Element haters, man. I love that car, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Honda Element's the shit. I could go into detail.
The trunk is dope.
The trunk is dope. Here's the thing about it. I could go to East LA in my Honda Element and nobody fucks with me. If anything else, people pray for me because I'm in that car. Espiritu Santo, they come up, they bless my car.
Holy water.
Yeah, they come up to me. They're like, oh my God, what happened to him? They come up and they bless me real quick, man. Right. I love the Honda Element. It's utility. Yep. It's something I don't have to worry about. And
how's the mileage though?
87,000 miles, bro.
Shit.
In a Honda Element.
That's good.
That's just a brand new fucking car. Oh. Yeah, this is old people talk, young blood. But I love that car. And I think it's like, what I really like about it too is just something about utility that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like making the most out of a car.
Right.
And I've moved past this point where I don't want to spend money on stuff that doesn't feed into, number one, my artistry. That's my New Year's goal, by the way. The big overscaping, I guess the huge thing of my New Year's goal is feed your artistry.
Amen.
Because that's what makes me happy.
Yeah.
When I started getting a lot of money, right now I'm broke as fuck. But when I invested my money into a lot of things.
I know how it feels.
I'm broke as fuck. But when I had a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I started investing it into a lot of stupid shit,
Right.
and there was a point in my life, especially when I was bigger and I was really out of shape,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't do physically a lot of things that I could do.
Yeah.
I sat on my ass. I went on Amazon. I went on Goat.
Yeah.
I went on eBay.
Yeah.
And I started buying things. And when these things started coming in, I would open up that package. I would smell the newness. I would enjoy it very much. I would enjoy it for about 2 days, and then I put it away.
Yeah. And it just stayed there.
And it stayed there.
Right.
I didn't touch it. I didn't
Right.
do anything with it.
Right.
And
What
then
a
I'm like,
waste.
well, okay. Well, I want to feel that happiness again.
Yeah.
Go back on Amazon. Look at some new shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Buy it. Comes in. I get happy.
Yeah.
2 days later, it's gone again.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it over and over and over. And I was trying to fill something
Right.
that this couldn't fill.
It's never ending.
It doesn't end.
Right.
I mean, mind you, if you have unlimited money, I guess you can do that, but that ends for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yo, if you meet rich people, they are the fucking weirdest human beings on
Oh, yeah.
earth because they don't know what to do with their time.
Right.
People ask me too. They go like this, yo, David, why do you want to retire so fast? If you retire, you be bored out of your mind. Fucking wrong. Because a lot of people think that when I retire, they're thinking that I'm retiring my goals and my dreams.
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
When I say I want to retire, I'm talking about financially.
Yeah.
I want to retire.
Right.
I don't want to worry about me losing money and having to suck a dick later. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sucking a dick for a taco.
Right.
What I'm saying is I want to be comfortable enough where I could take care of my family, everybody else, and then I can choose to make my job whatever I want to enrich my life
Right.
with.
Like not work for the financial return.
I could be a pottery.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could make pots for people.
Yeah, definitely.
I could grow a fucking garden.
Yeah.
I can learn Muay Thai, do jujitsu. After I'm done with that, I'll learn how to fucking tie my pubes up into a braid and attach it to the back of my ponytail. I don't give a fuck.
Shit, I like to see that. That'd be fucking crazy.
When I'm retired, I'll figure that shit out. Oh, yeah. And I started to realize with a lot of people, they think that retirement or they only think about goals as in monetary goals.
Yeah.
And it goes back to that.
Right.
They think, oh, well, what are you going to do with your time if you're retired?
Right.
My career is in my life.
Right.
If my career explodes the next day, I'll find something to be passionate about.
Right.
What I enjoy every day is, number one, if y'all don't know, I grew up in a Christian family. So for me, like I have a relationship with God. I'll tell you this right now. Jesus blessed his body, but Satan takes over his mouth. That's all that it is. But, I got my relationship with my religion.
Yeah.
I have my relationship with my friends, my family, health, food, and I'm pretty fucking happy.
Yeah.
If I didn't have all this like stuff here right now, if it all disappeared tomorrow, as long as my parents are smiling, they're happy and they enjoy what I'm doing, I have my girlfriend, I have my friends, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Dude. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, it's good to have that perspective. Because I think even when we were younger, trying to come up and stuff, like you lose that a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's always like the next come up. Like, how do we come up?
Yeah.
How do I gain? How do I increase? Which is important, but you got to have a goal though. Like you said, you want to be able to retire financially and not have to worry about working to be able to support that lifestyle that you have.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
I think like one of the biggest eye openers that I had was traveling. Traveling was
so important.
Man, it's eye opening.
Yeah.
It's enriching. And one of the biggest things that I realized that when I traveled, I took away something that I got to keep for the rest of my life. That I didn't get from buying new quote unquote dope shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I still like dope shit.
Yeah.
But it's not everything to me.
Yeah.
And when I would travel, I could look back on the memories and it makes me happy.
Right.
Like, I remember when I was in Taiwan and I went to get the kwabao, the pork bun.
Yep.
I ate that shit. And I could relive that moment, see it in the video, see it in the pictures and say, and I start feeling happy again.
Yeah.
I started feeling that moment again. But I never felt that way when I got a dope fucking kick and I opened it up. And I never went back to that moment when I opened that box again and I saw that shoe again.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Or
any other thing, like any electronic device that you might get. Like I get a new iPhone every year.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. Yeah. But I do.
You're
right?
sucked in. That's
yeah.
why.
They have me by the balls.
Yeah.
But that moment when you unwrap it, that little cheesy thing where they like take off the plastic and stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that,
Yeah.
bro. I love that shit too, man.
It's nice. But fast forward an hour.
Yeah.
You're over that shit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sometimes, and this is so petty, I've gone back to return a phone just to get a new one.
Just for that moment
Just
again?
for that moment.
You're fucking stupid. That's different.
That was a long time ago, but that has happened.
Like even for me, I got that. I moved away from the Apple iOS. I went to the Samsung.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The Galaxy Note 9. Fucking love the phone, right? I was obsessed with that shit. I was playing with it so much when I first got it.
Yep.
And after a while,
It's just a phone.
it's just a fucking phone, man.
Right.
The other day, my alarm went off and I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. I just chucked that shit in my bathroom. Because my bed's next to the bathroom. I was like, fuck you. Boom. Threw it in there.
Did it stop?
Oh, it stopped.
Okay.
I think I stopped just because I probably hit the button.
Oh,
I don't know
shit.
why I continued to throw after it turned off. I think I was so mad at it because it wouldn't shut the fuck up. I just tossed that shit. I was like, fuck this shit. Boom. You know, but that's the thing about physical like objects.
Yeah, definitely.
And momentary happiness is not what I want to chase anymore.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we go back to some of these projects. I remember the track that we did, the Ariana Grande one,
Yeah.
right? Still to this day, probably my favorite cover that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Added a lot of emotion, a lot of staying to it. And, you know,
Yeah.
people fuck with it too.
Yeah.
It got like 1 million spins on Spotify, which for somebody who doesn't do music was pretty fucking
Or
dope.
it's like you're not actively promoting it.
Yeah,
right? It's
I just put it on there and people fucked with it.
Yeah.
They liked it so much.
Yeah.
And that's the type of stuff that I want to invest into.
You know, and I think that's people can tell. Like people can tell when you mean it. Like when you're creating it. Like it's like pooping, right?
Yeah.
You can be forcing a turd out, constipated as hell. Yeah. It's not going to be enjoyable for neither you nor, you know, I don't know who else would be watching, but whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Versus like having a clean ass shit, right?
100%.
So it's the same thing with like any kind of creative output. If it doesn't come from a place of love,
Yeah.
like a place that you are fully in line with your creative self,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a good, you know, it's not going to have a good result.
100%, man. I ain't trying to force shits anymore, man.
There you go.
I'm trying to let that shit come out nice and smooth.
Fiber.
Baby.
Fiber.
Yeah, man. It's good, dude. Like I feel like 2019 is going to be a really good year. I always say it every time, but
Yeah.
this year kind of started off shit for me already, but it's going to be good, man. Feed Your Artistry is going to be the biggest.
How did it start a shit? Like without having to go into detail.
Oh, my fucking car. I got my car fixed, the Honda Element.
Yeah.
I still love that car, but that motherfucker give me pain, dude. It's like a child.
Dang.
So I got the thermostat fixed on it a while ago, and I got charged for it. Went back to get something else fixed.
That's expensive, huh?
And it was like $500.
Okay.
And then I went to go get it fixed again. And then no, sorry, it wasn't $500. It was like $300.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, it didn't get changed out." I was like, "Hold on a second. You guys changed it out." They're
Yeah.
like, "It says here it wasn't." I was like, "Well, then why the fuck?" So
Then why you
the,
get
the
charged?
last person that said they changed it out, they didn't do it. So
But they still charged you.
yeah, they still charged me. So we had to get that whole shit fixed.
Yeah.
I was driving and then Khalif was with me.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to put gas in my car because I'm not used to putting gas in my car. And so that shit died on me.
No way.
So we had to walk like a mile out to get gas.
Oh, damn.
Then that same day I locked myself out of the house.
just like when it rained, it pours kind of a situation.
I was like, yo, that's right. Bad
God.
things happen in threes, man. There it is. And it really wasn't my week.
Hey, but look, yeah, at least got it out of the way. So you don't have to deal with that shit no more.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, man. Thanks for coming through, dude.
Of course, man.
Where can they
Anytime.
find you? Any kind of new projects that you're working on? Working on.
Well, latest one was a R. Kelly cover that
Oh
I
my God,
released.
dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm
how-
thinking about taking it down. I just watched
You
it.
take that shit down,
Okay,
that
I'll
baby
take it
touching
down.
bastard.
I just watched the docuseries and my life has changed forever. I can't
My
listen to
whole life has changed.
this. That's not R. Kelly.
I
thank
know
God.
it isn't,
Yeah.
but I worked that shit in there.
I know.
Tight.
Yeah, man. Just YouTube, Instagram, Z.WOODS,
Spotify.
Z.WOODS.
Z.WOODS.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for having me, man.
Peace.
Best of luck.